A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones, takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
2 yards. And it's third down.
Play action this time with Love. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 19-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all it does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. And, here's a sight that you definitely don't want to see. That is Jordan Love, the quarterback, still down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 8 yards to go on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Well upfield across the 45. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he'll find Hall. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. He finds Beckham complete. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
The 40-yard line.
Inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all.
Wildcat.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
3rd down and 9.
Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating 1st downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Their own 22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A quick throw complete into the flat out left. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will
be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. They'll try and throw for it here. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up near the 34. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3. And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Now they try the right side here. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
2nd and 10. At the Packers' 44.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. Gonna take his... This is caught inside the 15. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
At the 13.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
The 11-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a
yard.
pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
That's a gain of 4. Brings
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down, and inside the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
Brings up 3rd and...
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
16 yards. And
the play action fake. They'll look to throw. His throw here is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throw is going to be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Jay Sternberger there, and it's 3rd down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
They still can't get him. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. He's got Adams on the hookup. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And he's got this down to the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Yard line.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage
by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
And then he brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kissed it on the ground.
He will take this all the way down to the Packers' 12-yard line. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 51 yards on the ground.
10 on the 12-yard line.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Looking to throw. And it is caught at the 7. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score Vikings 24, Packers 6.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Makes the score Vikings 31, Packers 6.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken from about the 12. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a very nice return up to the 35, but was it aided by something illegal? Let's find out. The holding penalty negates a good return as they'll start just past the 20. This is Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Baker with a pick. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 40. And throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And into the end zone. It's a big 6 and a Packer touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They find some open field here. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 45-yard line.
A beautiful fake. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. On play action, they'll throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball. A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. And the 3rd time's a charm as he finally gets one of these to go. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and take it.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 20.
And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play for the Vikings on 3rd down. And even 50 yards. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. Now 2nd and 11 from the 32.
2nd and 11 at the 32-yard line.
And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. He's going to try and go deep again. And this is going to be incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. And now it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. And he'll give it here to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. Now left side on the swing pass. 3 yards the gain there, second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
This off over the middle, and he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down, Green Bay.
Back to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up, 2nd and 10. Takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that when he's fortunate. It was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's to his running back, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off here, the 32. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Flushed out right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
At the 3-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and goal to go.
Now a handoff looking right. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of 11 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll set up to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Right side by Adams. The 40, 30, and all the way down to the 26.
Complete to Devontae.
A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards.
First down, Packers.
That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Number 82.
25 yards that time. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try again with Jones. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. This drive started way back inside their own 5. Now they're looking for the capper. 3rd and goal. Here's Jones. And this time he is in.
Touchdown.
Aaron Jones. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hole, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watch.